Hey guys, it's Travis from Third Gear Speed Shop, and I've got an update on the late model dirt Camaro. And before I kind of put everything together, final assembly, I wanted to show you guys the components. I do not have the body painted yet, but I do have, I got the spoiler on, so that'll be painted a body color, the body color. And I've decided to go with the this color, and so it'll be painted this color, and I have some decals for it. But let's see what else. I just finished weathering up the wheels and tires. These are the PPP wide 5 wheels and tires, the wide grooved tires for late model dirt cars. Got the Hoosier logos on there. So I got all my tires done, and let's see, I got the seat detailed. I had some Model Master seat hardware. I don't know if that's going to focus for me or not, but yeah, there we go. I got the seatbelt hardware, and I found some Simpson decals to put onto the shoulder straps off of a NASCAR kit contingency pack. So the seat is done and ready to install, and I got my frame painted, and I've got, I don't know if you can see there, but I got my brake lines run for the front, and I got my flex lines over to each of the front brakes. I have my coilover shocks in place. I don't know if you can see the detail there, but I got my coilover shocks in. I've got my steering column in, and the rack and pinion steering set up. This wire here is going to go to the starter, and that snakes its way through the cabin, or through the cockpit, driver's area, whatever you want to call it, back to my battery here. And I got my rear end in, leaf springs in, shocks are in place, and I have my rear brake lines. I don't know if you can see the brake line across the top of the differential, but I got my rear brake lines in. I've got the fire extinguisher done. Just got to drop in that seat. Kind of wish I had taken more time on the gauges. I did do the epoxy on the gauge faces. I don't know if you can see that. But got my stick shift in. So the frame is good to go. I'm ready to, I do need to, real quick, let me go grab it. It's the, I got the fuel cell. I just had to go grab the fuel cell, but here's the fuel cell. I got it weathered up, and I had some A&N fittings left over from well, a project that I didn't really use them on, so I made those up and had some fuel line. So this is going to go from the fuel cell, these back up to the front of the car. I've got a fuel filter here. I'm going to put another one on the end of this hose, and one is going to the fuel pump, and the other one is a return overflow back to the fuel cell. And last but not least, I have detailed my engine. So I got the fuel lines plumbed into the fuel pump. I got a Morgan Automotive Detail magneto, however you guys say that, into the it's a pre-wired magneto, and I've got that wired up. I got my headers painted with Model Master metallizer. I used a combination of burnt exhaust and exhaust. I did some header wrap with just basically Elmer's glue and facial tissue. I've got the fuel log that I made from scratch. I got the Holly carburetor, and then the air breathers on this side here. You can see those a little better. And let's see, I made my own pulleys and belts. I don't know if you can see that. I made the belts out of masking tape. Got the lower radiator hose in place. All I have to do after it's in the car is put on the air filter. I made a fan for it, and also drop in the radiator. So I'm going to drop in put in the engine, and then I will put the fan and radiator in after the engine's already in the car. I also have a drive shaft, some other odds and ends, steering wheel, upper radiator hose, things like that, that I've got ready to go in. So next step is to get the engine in, the drive shaft in, and radiator, all of the chassis components in place, and then start painting the body. For some reason, that's kind of intimidating to me, so I always wait to the end to do that. But this front nose piece is going to be semi-gloss black. The rest is going to be the color I just showed you. I've got some silver numbers for it, so that's going to be cool. Got some cool sponsors I'm going to put on it. And I'm really looking forward to the way this is going to turn out. It's been a blast. I've learned a lot. I can't wait to build another one, actually. So please stay tuned for more on this one. And hopefully the next time I make a video on this, it will be the final reveal. I do have to, tie up some loose ends and little pieces, bits and bobs here and there before I paint the body, but I think the next video update will be the final on it. So please stay tuned for that. It's been a long time coming. I think I started this project, gosh, at least a year ago, maybe more. I'll have to look and see when my first video on this build is, but we're getting down to the home stretch, so I'm really looking forward to that. This is a part of the project that it all starts to come together and start looking real. Once you get the weathering and stuff on the wheels and tires, it starts to really, the life of it starts to come to it, and you really starts to gain its personality after you start to get some weathering on it and stuff like that. So all right, guys, well, that's it for this one, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.